Here's a song that embodies many of the truths about you. It's called Greater Power. One life beating all our hearts. One love living in everyone. If you breathe, just breathe. In the silence, what a sound. And you'll hear what's all around. 'Cause in me is light, so let it shine. In me is strength to make it mine. In me is peace to free my mind. In me is everything I need. In you is joy to heal the pain. In you is power to make a change. In you is truth to set you free. 'Cause in you is everything you need. A greater power's in you. A greater power's in you. One truth to find in you and me. A path to follow yourself to your source. If you breathe, just breathe. In the silence, what a sound. And you'll hear what's all around. 'Cause in me is light, so let it shine. In me is strength to make it mine. In me is peace to free my mind. In me is everything I need. In you is joy to heal the pain. In you is power to make a change. In you is truth to set you free. 'Cause in you is everything you need. A greater power's in you. A greater power's in you. A greater power's in you.
Well, good morning. Welcome to Agape. Yes, we're here again for this magnificent day. What day is it? Doesn't matter. It's a day. Did you get that? And what is agape? Love. Unconditional love. The most beautiful thing in the world. Can you say, I love myself? If you say you can love yourself, that means that you totally accept yourself as you are. And there's no greater gift that you can give yourself or you can give anyone. So welcome, because that's what we're here to explore. We're here to explore this power that is within us and how do we use that power. You see, when I found religious science, which is the study of the science of mind by Ernest Holmes, I was so drawn to it because what religious science teaches, it teaches personal responsibility, because everything that you need is right within you. You don't have to go looking outside of yourself to find anything that you need. It's all within you, but the key is, can you find it? Can you turn within? Are you willing to take responsibility for your life? A lot of people aren't. So if you're watching this, I'm just proud of you, because I know you have an inkling, you have a desire to express and to experience life in ways different than anyone else can, because you're embracing the idea that you are unique, you are whole, you are perfect, and you are complete, just like you are. And so if you haven't checked in on Facebook, please do so. Say hello. Type in hello. Put down your questions, your comments, your hearts, your thumbs up. whatever it is, Facebook, YouTube, either of those platforms, comment, because the more we get feedback from you, the more the AI behind the scenes recognizes it, the algorithms, and this message reaches more and more and more people. Don't be shy. Sigh. Okay, with that, why don't we take a moment and wrestle with them? And I invite you to get comfortable in a comfortable seated position with your back straight, resting on your lap. Close your eyes and begin to relax. Let the body know it's okay to just relax. I want you to visualize a golden light emanating from the very top of your head at the crown chakra, a couple inches above the top of your head. And see this golden light form a circle around you, a bubble, a cocoon, where you are protected. And now notice this light starting to move into your head. And it moves into your head begins to relax. And see this light moving down the back of your head, into your forehead, temples, nose, your lips, your mouth, your jaw, your neck. And as that light moves in, your head becomes totally relaxed. Now see that move into your ears, down your arms, into your wrists, hands, and fingers. And feel your shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers just relax. Let go. Arms are becoming heavier and heavier. And the heavier they become, the more you relax. And the more you relax, the heavier they become. Now see that light move into your back, your upper back, your middle back, your lower back, your chest and your abdomen. And feel your whole upper torso settle into deep, deep, deep relaxation. Now consciously move that light into your hips, your sacral area, your right leg, your left leg, your right ankle, your left ankle, your right foot, your left foot, your right toes and your left toes. So your lower body is fully and completely relaxed. Your legs are so heavy. You don't want to move them because you are so relaxed. And the more relaxed you are, the heavier they feel. The heavier they feel, the more you relax. Now let the mind know that it's safe, that it's okay to let go. And as we let the mind go, we go into the depths of the subconscious. As I count from 5 to 1, we go deeper and deeper. 5, stepping in. 4, letting go. 3, deeper, deeper, deeper. 2, so peaceful. 1, fully present. You are the observer. Here you exist in the quantum field, where there are infinite possibilities everywhere present, all at the same time. And as the observer, you simply notice them moving back and forth, in and out, in infinite dimensions, but you're not attached. You're just observing. You actually are so relaxed, you don't know where your body begins and ends. In fact, you have become a light being. You are pure energy that is radiating this magnificent golden white light. Your mind is no longer the small ego mind, but it is one with the infinite mind. We are in our true self. So if there is a question that you would like to have an answer to, pose that question to you, this infinite you, this perfect you. And for a few moments, just listen as it gives you your next guide, your next step, your next thought to bring you the clarity which you seek. Know that any time that you need answers, wisdom, guidance, all you have to do is slow down, pause, consciously breathe, and you will tap into infinite source again. And you ask the question, and you listen, and the guidance will show. It always does when we pause and listen. So take a moment and fill yourself, your heart, your soul, your very being with gratitude. Because you got to experience the more expansive you, the true you. And yet realize there's so much more that you will not know while in human form. So the journey of self-discovery is a never, never, never ending journey. And it is that journey that brings juice to life. I mean, it lights us up. The excitement of knowing there's more to discover. Nothing could be greater. And so it is in gratitude that we bring our awareness back as I count from 1 to 5. 1, becoming aware. 2, feeling ourselves enter back into our physical bodies. 3, more and more and more alert. 4, starting to move gently, arms, fingers, whatever it is. And 5, open your eyes and welcome back to this most magnificent day. Well, today we're going to continue with our series on our hidden power. And today's part 2. Why the rich get richer. Have you heard that? Why is that true, that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? Is it something that because they've got money? Is it because the poor are being denied? Those are questions we're going to look at today. But we're coming back to the essential nature of who we are, the essential nature of truth, and that is there is one creative power in the universe, and it is everywhere present, and it is within everything. Think about that. One creative power, not 8 billion individual creative powers that each human has. No, there's one. It's everywhere present. It's in everything, which means we're all using the same power. I call this creative power and the use of it the law of life. You see, the law of life increases and magnifies any state of mind. Now, really go into that. The law of mind increases and magnifies any state of mind. So where we are putting our attention on, where we're holding our focus on the most, the law of mind takes that and creates more of that. So if you're sitting there at the end of the month and you don't have enough money in your checking account and you're focusing on lack, the law of mind hears you thinking, speaking, talking about lack. And what does the law of mind do? It gives you more of what you focus on. It magnifies the condition. I heard someone the other day say, this was amazing, this is like 4 or 5 days ago, said, you know what? I'm just fat, dumb, and stupid. And I said, why would you say that? The universe hears fat, dumb, and stupid. And if you've got emotion behind it, the universe says, yeah, we'll make you fatter, dumber, and more stupid. That person's not that at all. That person's just unconscious. They're not consciously using the law to direct in their lives the way they can. You see, what's interesting is that when you look at the wealthy people, I'm not talking about I'm talking real wealth. I'm talking about Rockefellers. I'm talking about those families who have been wealthy for generations and generations. Think about what they talk about. They talk about wealth all the time. They're living in wealth. They feel wealth. They don't know anything about poorness. And so because that's their focus, you say, why does that wealth get passed on? Sure, it's inherited, but you could lose it. They don't lose it. The Rockefellers don't lose it. The Waltons don't lose it. It keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger because it's what they focus on. They have a wealth mindset. You see, this law that increases and expands, this law applies to money, it applies to health, relationships, and anything a person could desire. So when I'm using this to talk about wealth, it's actually well-being. It's your wealth, your health, your relationships, your relationship to life, your relationships to nature, your relationships to the infinite. This law applies to everything. And that's the simplicity of it. There's only one law, and it works with everything. Our job is to figure out how do we use it. You see, no person is ever given less. It's our own state of mind that robs us from that which is greater. Some people say, that person got more than me. Why did they get more than me? Because their state of mind expected more than you did. I think back in my life, when I thought I should have a promotion and another person got a promotion, it wasn't anything about them. It was me. My mindset at that time really didn't believe I deserved it. And guess what? That's what the law gave me. And when I got to the point that I deserved it, the promotion came and I wasn't even asking for it. I wasn't even thinking of it. See, that's the beauty. When you become that which you like, you're not thinking about it anymore. And the law knows that, and you get what you want. When I wasn't thinking about getting into a deep, wonderful, loving relationship is when I met my wife. I mean, we actually talked on our second date that we both had just come out of relationships. We really don't want to get serious, yada, yada, yada. And it was so easy. And the law said, it's easy. Let's give him more of that. And so my relationship, it's not that there's not things that we have to do, but it's easy to be in relationship with my wife. It's now easy to be in relationships with my sons. It's easy to be in relationship with my granddaughter. It's easy for me to be in relationship with my friends. Why? Because I believe with all of my heart that meaningful relationships are easy. You see, it's not what life does to us, but the way we react that matters. Our poor surroundings can simply become stepping stones to a higher level of experience. And I added that because I know a lot of people who are going to watch this message, you and others, are going to say, well, wait a second, I don't have what I want. I'm surrounded by a lesser quality of life. Well, when I was brought up, we were brought up in a 900 square foot home. I mean, it was small. We didn't have a lot. If I was in school and I got one new pair of pants a year, I was blessed. Almost everything I got were hand-me-downs from my neighbors next door. We did not have a lot of money. But I went to a school. I went to Sacred Heart, which was a Catholic school. Then I went to the seminary for 9th grade. And then I went to Dearborn High for 10 through 12. And when I went through Dearborn High, there were a lot of wealthy people there, children of executives of Ford, General Motors, and that. And so I got to see what it was like to be wealthy. That's where I built my dreams. That's where I started to build my own mental equivalent. And then as I built that mental equivalent and I went on to college and I went into the corporate world and that, my mental equivalent kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so where I was with my mom and dad being brought up was just a stepping stone. The funny thing is, after Gene and I left home, we were married in 1979, we left home. We moved to Rhode Island as a result of a corporate transfer. My parents left that house. Did you know where they ended up moving? To Maui, because they had built up their own mental equivalent. And so they got this beautiful little place in Maui that was just perfect for them. So for people, an immigrant who came here with nothing, with no college education, a father who was first generation, whose parents came from Poland, who were brought up in the middle of the Depression with nothing, they lived the last 35 or so years of their lives in paradise in Maui. It's possible if you use the law. You see, the reasons we give for why things are not working tell us whether we are empowered creators or victims. Well, why didn't you get that promotion? Oh, that person got it because of affirmative action. Or that person is, they're a butt kisser. They kissed up to the butt thing. That person they worked so many hours. No. Anytime you're making an excuse for why things are not in your life, the law hears it. And you know what the law is going to give you? More excuses. It's not going to give you what you want. It's going to give you more what you have excuses for. So the key thing here is, gang, stop complaining. Your complaining actually give the law a blueprint of what to bring more into your life. And if you don't have a lot of money and you're complaining about not having money, you're going to get poorer and poorer and poorer. I promise you, just look around. It's happening all around us right now. You see, many people believe that everything always goes wrong for them. It's our sense of focus that blinds us to the many things that are going right. Because no matter who you are, what you're experiencing, there is as much challenge as there is support. There are as many things that you view as going wrong, and there are as many things going right, because the universe must be in balance. It must be in balance. Otherwise, it would self-destruct. Our problem is we don't see it in balance. We see only one side. And that practicality, that view, gives us our greatest misery. You see, here's an interesting point. When people go looking for gold, they seldom find large nuggets. But what happens is when they carefully pan for gold, they get these tiny little specks. And they keep gathering these tiny specks. And then they melt them into larger nuggets. See, many people go through life looking for that big piece of gold, when all around them at any one time, there are all these little nuggets. And if they just pick them up and we're grateful for them, they would be gradually formed the nugget they're looking for. It's fascinating. It goes along with the Japanese concept of Kaizen. Kaizen simply means one little step forward, one step of progress made every day, becoming a little better of what you do in an area of life every single day. And then what happens over the course of the year? It compounds, it multiplies, it becomes that much greater. And you will not believe if you just take that. Here's the thing, you want to be wealthy? Here's a practice. Every day, if you right now are getting a Starbucks coffee, that's roughly about $5. If you truly want to commit to wealth, I'll tell you what you do. Take that $5 every day, invest it in an S&P 500 index fund. Pick the Schwab, pick the Vanguard, either one is fine, doesn't matter. But every day, put $5 into that fund. You will be amazed at how wealthy you will be in 20 years. But here's the key thing. Rich people will do that. Poor people will keep drinking the coffee and not have any other money to spend. They'll spend it on something that is not even a depreciating asset. It's an asset it's not even an asset. You just drink it and you eliminate it. I'm just saying, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Starbucks. I'm just saying, where's your priority? Where's your focus? You see, our minds always see more of what we're looking for. So what are you looking for? Are you looking for greater health? Are you looking for ease and beauty in relationships? Are you looking for wealth? If you're looking for any of these things, know the universe will bring you more and more information so that you become more of a master in the area. You see, masters of areas are people who study those areas. Why? Because they're important. And they understand what you focus on, you create. Nothing more complex than that. What you focus on, you create. None of us has ever had a chance except the chance we make for ourselves. You're not going to give any chance. No one's going to give you a chance to do something better or worse unless you make that chance for yourself. We must all make effective use of our minds. We've got to become the masters of our mind and realize that we have a body, we have a mind, but there's that part of us that's the master that can use the mind. So that means we've got to break down the mental habits that we've unconsciously allowed to be formed in our life. You see, our deeper mind has a curious way of turning an action into a habit if it is accompanied by emotion. So if we start thinking things, speaking things, doing things with strong emotion, we'll create a habit. And when we create a habit, it means that that's the constant focus. And then this law that creates responds to that habit. So habits are not good. Habits are not bad. The question is, have you consciously chosen your habits? If not, maybe it's time today to start. Whatever we believe about another person, we unconsciously believe that about ourselves. So if you're looking at a wealthy person and you're saying they're greedy, you're saying they don't have a deep spirituality, they're phony. If you believe that about them, really what you're saying is you believe that about you. We tend to recognize what we're repressing in ourselves in others. So I would say to you, there's nothing more good or bad about being wealthy. There's nothing more good or bad about being poor. It is a mental energy that we're putting out. And here's what I say, when someone gets wealthier, bless them. Because if you condemn them, you're condemning yourself. You're actually saying that money is evil and money will not come to you. If you see someone in a great relationship, a real loving and caring relationship, Be happy for them, because then you'll attract a more loving and free relationship. Same thing if you see someone really, really healthy. Say, look at them. My God, are they diligent? They're willing to put in the time and effort to create that healthy life. See, the more you give thanks for what other people's successes are, the more successes you will have. The key to every person is their thought. If one believes a lie, they will continue to experience from the energy of that lie. Remember, there's only one truth. The truth that we're all one. Everything else we make up. So make up what you want. Don't make up what you don't want. Don't focus on what you don't want. Make a commitment to yourself today that I'm only going to focus on what I want. You see, no one can give a person more than that person's consciousness will allow. And we see this all the time in people who win the lottery. They win the lottery $4, $5, $6, $20 million. 2 years later, they're broke. Why? Because they did not have the consciousness of a millionaire. I'm actually teaching a class right now, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And the whole purpose of this class is to build a mind that can be a millionaire or a billionaire, whichever you want to do. But if you don't build the consciousness, it doesn't matter what happens to you, around you, who gives you what. You'll lose it in seconds and you'll return to the same consciousness that you are right now. So if you have a consciousness of a poor person, you're going to continue as a poor person. If you have a consciousness of a person in miserable relationships, you're going to continue in miserable relationships. If you have a consciousness of a person who does not have good health, that will continue. It's all about shifting the focus of our consciousness. You see, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. It's not a matter of being given something more. It's simply a reflection of our individual consciousness. And we have the power, each of us, every one of us has the power to change our consciousness if we so choose. What do you choose today? Do you choose the greatest you that you can even begin to imagine? I invite you to step into that realm, into that life, and let's birth it together. Let's pray. Let's know this truth. Because what I know is that there is one. It is infinite, it is all-knowing, it is everywhere present, it resides in me, in you, all-powerful, all-wisdom. And I know that I am free as you are free. Everyone is free to become anything, experience anything that they desire. I know that freedom is the very core of everything that I am, everything that you are, everything that the infinite is. And so I declare right here and now that the power of the infinite, the wisdom of the infinite in me, in you, is now birthing this tickle, this gentle tickle within us to become more. And it's now feeding us with new ideas each and every moment. And those new ideas are coming forth and we're acting on them with emotion, knowing, with a sense of knowing that cannot be replaced. It is so magnificent. We know it's right. And as we do this, we are activating this law, this power that creates right here, right now. And this power is birthing within us everything that we desire. And every time we see the demonstration, we immediately go into gratitude because we understand that in gratitude, we are affirming our truth, we are affirming the power, and we know in gratitude, we attract more. And so we live life no matter what is happening from gratitude and with a positive and joyful expectancy that the law will give to us, bring to us, create through us that which we focus on most. I am so blessed and honored to know this truth for me. I'm blessed and honored to know this truth for you. And now, in joyful expectation, I behold its demonstration in my life and in yours. blessing it, knowing it to be. I let it go. And so it is. Well, if you enjoy these messages and these teachings, and you're out there and you're sitting on your caboose on Facebook, on YouTube, and you've not reached in and given to Agape yet, I'm inviting you to give. I'm inviting you to click on the link in Facebook or on YouTube and make a donation so that we can do this work and bring it to more and more and more people. If you're listening to this on a podcast, however, go to agapespiritualcenter.com and make a donation. So what I want to do now is let you know that everything we're doing at Agape is on agapespiritualcenter.com. Every morning, there's a guided meditation that anyone can join. There's a talk on Facebook and YouTube every morning at 8 a.m. There are weekly gatherings on Wednesday, Sunday celebrations. In fact, next Sunday, if you're in Dallas, Fort Worth, we will be doing our weekly celebration at the Cascades in the Colony. Meditation at 10, service will be at 10:30. Come join us. Be a part of the energy. And for those of you that are in other parts of the world that you can't be with us, we'll have a service for you as well, because you're as much a part of this community as anyone. And if you really want to connect with us and you're in another part of the world, join us for our Wednesday gatherings. There's one at 1:30 Central Time and one at 7 p.m. Central Time. So if you're in Europe or other parts of the country, you can connect with us. We've done this specifically because we realize that we are a worldwide community. If there's anything I can do to better support you, give me a comment. Let me know. Our job is to try to bring this teaching of self-love through conscious living, practical spirituality through the teachings of science of mind, to everyone in the world who is ready for it. And I can't think of a better time to do this than today. And I want you to know how grateful I am for you to be on this journey with you, to share this journey with you. So until next week, I want you to know that I am grateful, I love you, and I accept you just like you are. Go create your most magnificent life.